The Supreme Court has struck down a ban on bump stocks for guns. That's, of course, a device that can be added to semi-automatic rifles that allows the user to fire bullets more rapidly. In a 6-3 ruling, the Supreme Court decided that the Trump-era ban on the device went beyond the authority of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, that are known as the ATF. The ban came after a bump stock was used back in 2017 at a concert in Las Vegas that killed 60 people and injured 400 more. It is, to date, America's deadliest mass shooting. CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford joins me now. So, Jan, this was a piece of gun safety that came from the Trump administration. Now it's been struck down. So what are the implications?
Well, I mean, I think, first of all, it's important to kind of point out that this is not a Second Amendment case. There's nothing in the Constitution, as Justice Sam Alito indicated in a separate opinion, that would prohibit Congress and states from passing laws banning bump stocks. And in fact, 17 states and the District of Columbia now have laws that ban bump stocks. So the issue in this case was actually more narrow. Who has the authority to do that? So after that Las Vegas shooting, like you said, then President Trump directed his ATF and Justice Department to come up with regulations where you could reclassify bump stocks to kind of be treated as machine guns, and then you could get them into this 1934 law banning machine guns. So they were going to say, we're just going to pretend like bump stocks are machine guns, and then we can prohibit them or greatly restrict them. The Obama administration looked at that very issue, as did other administrations, and concluded the ATF does not have the authority to do that. Only Congress can do that. And that's what the Supreme Court said as well today, that the ATF does not have that authority to go in there and try to kind of reclassify a different device and make it a machine gun, that if that law if those bump stocks need to be banned, there's a simple remedy, as Justice Alito said in his concurrence. Congress can amend the law.
Yeah, I want to follow up with you on that, because I think, Jan, for a lot of people, the fact that 400 people were injured, let alone the number of people who were killed at this concert, make it seem like it was a machine gun, like it should fall under that category. But to your point, Alito said that Congress can change this law. How likely is that to happen?
Well, you know, that is the question now, right? What's Congress going to do? They were not able to do it after the Las Vegas shooting, when polls were showing 70 to 80% of the American people wanted bump stocks banned. Obviously, Americans widely support banning bump stocks. Senator Chuck Schumer today tweeted that Democrats are ready to go with a federal ban. They just need some Republican votes. And I spoke with some gun control advocates today who also said, listen, the time is now. The American people want this ban before we see another tragedy.
All right. Well, this also isn't the only case this session that's centered around the power of federal agencies, because, as you mentioned, Jan, that's what this fundamentally came down to for the justices. Why should we be paying attention to these types of cases and rulings in particular?
You know, that is such a great question. And these are really sometimes cases that sound so boring. You know, like, what is the power of an administrative agency? I mean, stuff you would think like law professors would like sit there in the library and like go over, you know, stuff. But they have a tremendous implication for all of our lives. I mean, think about all the federal agencies that regulate businesses and employment and what we do and how we interact with people. So, you know, there's been a 40-year-old case that the justices are now thinking maybe they'll overturn it, that could scale back the power of those administrative agencies and make Congress do more work, I think, actually. So we're waiting on that decision now, Lana.